We are live. That's absolutely correct. Welcome, everybody, to Joe Wentz Project Live. I know it says podcast, but part of it is a podcast, part of it is a broadcast. I got my camera on here, and my co-host will be joining us shortly, Jim Guidry. He'll be here as soon as he can. He's taking care of a few things real quick. He'll be here momentarily, but I also have Center and Adam EVH also here.
Hey, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Thank
How
you
you doing,
guys for
Joe?
joining. Yes, how y'all doing, man?
Yeah,
Great
thanks,
y'all
Joe.
be here, man.
Hey, Center. Hey, Joe.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Hello, Adam. Yes, and also I want y'all to make sure that you know that Center and Adam have their own podcast, and it premieres tomorrow night on That Metal Stage. If you've watched my live feeds when I'm heading to work or whatever, I've talked about this before, but I believe their podcast is premiering tomorrow. So, gentlemen, you have the floor to talk about it. Please do.
Well, we're going to cover everything that has to do with metal music. Guitars, rigs, current concerts, tours, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame we're going to touch on tomorrow, with Judas Priest being nominated for the first time.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that at all. I didn't know that. Wow.
All things metal, yeah, pretty much.
Who else has been
That's gonna be
nominated?
fun.
Anybody else in that genre? I guess.
Bon Jovi, and I think Rage Against the Machine. No, is it Rage? I can't remember who else has been.
Is Rage in there too? Yeah.
Oh,
It
wow.
might be.
I know Tom Morello is, so something he did.
Yeah.
It might be Audio
Awesome.
Slave. I'm not sure.
Right.
Yeah, it should be fun. We'll basically touch on all that kind of stuff. All the everything that relates to metal and heavy and gigs to rigs to most of that stuff. So
That's
should be
cool,
fun.
man.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm really looking forward to that, man. That's really cool. Looking forward to y'all's podcast. Really excited to check that out, man. That's going to be really cool. So what y'all been playing any guitar today or anything? Jamming out a little bit? Having any fun?
And I played for about an hour, just messing around. Nothing.
I never had a chance to really get into it today because we had our Thanksgiving's on Monday here, but in Canada we have Thanksgiving this weekend. But I did a Thanksgiving dinner today, so no, I didn't really get a chance to play, but I'll make up for it tomorrow.
That's right. When I sent you a message earlier, I thought
Yeah.
I saw in there something about Thanksgiving, and I said, "Oh, that's right." So
Yeah.
it just kind of threw me for a loop for a quick second.
Yeah, we do it a lot earlier than you guys do, right? But
Yeah.
no football playing here on Thanksgiving like you guys have, and
Yeah.
it's different. I look forward to your Thanksgiving, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. Yeah, you guys know how to do it. It's always a fun time.
Oh yeah, that's I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to be working on Thanksgiving. I don't know if there's. Who knows? I have no idea. We'll find out when the time gets here. We'll find out. It's like, oh boy, I don't know, man. But I played a little bit today, man. Played the Zakk Wylde Epiphone. Played with Led Zeppelin, Rock and Roll. Classic track, man. I love Led Zeppelin. It's kind of funny. That is the same song that I played in my senior, when I was a senior in high school for the talent show. I played along with rock and roll.
You killed that one, man. That sounded great.
Thank you.
You sent the clip before you posted the vid, and it sounded amazing, Joe. Your little spin on solo was pretty nice, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. That the very first part I stole from Eddie when he done that very first part, and then the rest I just improv, whatever. Yes.
There you are.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. Still here. Yeah.
I thought I lost you for a second. Yeah, disappeared off my screen for a second. No, you did a great job,
man.
That, Joe.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for
great.
checking it out. So, but it was fun, man. Played that for a little bit, and we got some grandkids is over here. They're spending the night and having a lot of fun, and they're in there talking, laughing, and everything right now, having a good old time. And so it's all cool.
Yeah, that the Epiphone Zach Wild you got? Do you like those EMGs in there?
I do. I love them, man. I do. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you were a passive guy or.
I had that same guitar actually that Joe has.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had
Oh,
the
wow.
same Epiphone. Yep. Yeah, the Zach Wild. I had to sell it, but yeah, it was a great guitar, man.
Yeah, I got lucky. I remember when I bought it. Of course.
Heavy.
Huh? I got it brand new from American Musical Supply, and then I traded it to my son some years back for a guitar that he had that I wanted, and then so I just recently got it back. I traded him another guitar for it, and he traded me back. So I was like, I ain't gonna let it go this time.
Yep. Better hold on to it this time.
Yeah, because they don't make them anymore. Because now Zach's got his own thing now with Schecter.
That's right.
I think, isn't that?
Yeah, the Wild Audio.
Yes.
Audio, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he's got his own thing now. So, but yeah, I love that guitar. It plays fantastic. I mean, for it to say Epiphone on it, it does tremendous. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Great guitar. Yeah,
it
for
plays
for the price, man, you can't beat it.
Yeah, really, yeah. Because I remember for a while there, when I would look those guitars up, they were there. I was like, okay, well, yeah, I can. Maybe one day I can get another one, And then I went back, some time had passed, and I went on AMS and I looked and I didn't see them anymore. And I was like, man, where are these things at, man? And I was like, what? And I was like, well, maybe they're just out of them, And then a little bit of time after that went by, I noticed that, Zach was, I said, oh, okay, that makes sense. Now I know why you don't see them anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great guitar, though. They'll only
Yes.
go up in value. I mean, the ones that they built, like the one you got, you got something that's equivalent to a $2,000-$3,000 Les Paul. They built those guitars very well back then.
They did, yeah. And I can only imagine what the Gibsons will go for.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Even the Epiphones back then were a great guitar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maury is in the house. Maury, hey, how you doing? I was waiting a few seconds for the chat box.
Right.
And Blackie DH.
Hey, Blackie. Hey, Maury.
How you doing, Blackie?
How
you doing, man?
Hey, guys.
Yeah, right
on. How are you doing? Yeah, we're just hanging out, man. We're waiting on our co-host, Jim Guidry, to jump in here in just a few minutes. He's going to jump in here in just a few and proceed along with the broadcast and all that good stuff. Ron Padgett says, hey. What's up, Mr. Ron Padgett? How are you? Thank you for joining, man.
Hey, Joe.
But yeah,
Joe, what do you think about Judas Priest being nominated?
I think that's fantastic myself. I think it's long overdue.
Yeah,
absolutely.
To tell you the truth, I mean, I think it's long overdue. Judas Priest, man, great metal band, great songs. Oh man, I mean, come on, man, you can't deny those classics they got.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad. And see, I wonder. That makes me wonder who's really calling the shots. Who gets nominated? who gets nominated, and get to be able to get in there, and who doesn't? I've always heard it's a certain. I don't know if this is true or not, but I've always heard it's a certain group of people that are like big time members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame themselves. I thought they sent out ballads or something to people.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
they do both. They do both, but they have percentages. Like we can vote, but our vote is like I think 10% total.
Okay,
that's right. So they take our 10%, and then people on the panel is probably like 70%.
I think 20%
is artists.
Alex Lifeson's speech pretty much sums that up. If you ever seen that,
seen the Alex blah 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 blah
yeah,
blah, blah.
If you ever seen that speech, man, I tell you, it sums it up in a nutshell. The way they feel. Can you imagine Rush just getting inducted a few years back? There's a band that's been in it longer than anybody. Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason how they go about picking these bands, and I think that's the problem.
I have a list pulled up. You guys want to go through them? Who's up?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sure.
We got Bon Jovi.
Hey, Jim.
There's no rhyme or reason how they go about picking
Oh, I see. I hear echo now.
That's the problem.
You,
I have a list.
you got to mute it.
Absolutely.
We got echo here, I think.
Yep, give me just a second. All right.
What's up, Jim?
There we go.
Hey, Jim.
How's it going, Jim?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Jim Guidry, everybody. Jim Guidry. Welcome, Jim.
Thanks, man. Sorry.
No, that's cool, dude. I went ahead and go on, man, because these guys, their batteries are getting low on their devices. And they said they wouldn't be able to hang out too long.
Gotcha.
But, yeah, man. Welcome, dude. Welcome. Yeah, we're getting ready to go over a list, I think, about who is going to be inducted or who was up for induction. Is that right, Senator, for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah, the nominations. They'll take 5 out of this group.
Okay. Go ahead.
So we have Bon Jovi,
Okay.
Kate Bush, The Cars, Depeche Mode, Dire Straits, The Rhythmics, Jay Giles Band, Judas Priest, LL Cool J, MC5, The Meters, Moody Blues, Radiohead, Rage Against the Machine, Chaka Khan, Nina Simone, The Zombies, Link Ray, and Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Wow. Yeah, hard to pick 5. Some good ones in there.
Wow. Golly. Man. Link Ray, isn't he like a guitar player from like back in the
60s and 70s, I think.
something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not real familiar with him.
Yeah.
And I actually like Depeche Mode, too, so I think Depeche Mode should definitely be in there. So should Judas Priest, obviously. Who are the other ones, Center? Sorry, man.
The Cars, Dire Straits, which are both good.
Yeah, Dire Straits, of course, yes.
Rhythmics,
Cars.
Jay
Rhythmics,
Giles,
wow.
MC5.
Some good talent there.
Yeah. Moody Blues.
I'm down with Dire Straits and the Cars getting in there.
Moody Blues. Yeah, put them in there for sure, too.
So who would you pick for your 5, Joe?
I would say Priest, Dire Straits, the Cars, and I guess Depeche Mode and LL Cool J, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, just for me. Just for me.
Right. What about you, Adam?
Oh, nice.
Did you pick any, Adam? The 5 you'd like to see in there?
I'd say Moody Blues, Dire Straits, Judas Priest, Depeche Mode, and I guess Eurythmics, if they're in there.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd pick them. I mean, could have picked a couple others, but definitely, yeah. Some good talent right there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Long overdue for them people.
Yeah,
What
that's
about
long
you?
overdue for lots of people.
Yeah. Mine would be completely different, I think, except for Judas Priest. I would go with MC5. And I would go with Jay Giles, Dire Straits, Judas Priest, and the Cars.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I could have put the Cars in there too, I guess.
I kind of agree with Senator. I think it's my list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely,
Of course, I like
man.
both of y'all, Adam and Joe, both of y'all. You know, how can you go wrong with any of the ones?
Right.
Yeah, and what I was saying too, Jim, before you jumped in here, what I was saying to Center, the way that they choose who goes in there, I think is kind of, I don't know, I'm not really 100% sure, but it's like there's like these certain people that are on the board on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that have the deciding vote. It's not like the people, the general public, gets to decide. It's like these people have because look at Kiss. Look how long Kiss has been eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Rush. And look how long it took them to get in there because some people up there, man, kept saying, nah, we ain't letting them in. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
Look at the people who are in there, and it's just like some of the band,
Yeah.
some of the music, if you want to call it that. And I'm like, what are they even doing in there? They don't
Right.
belong there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know?
I agree.
Yeah, I read something. John Bon Jovi, he was interviewed about being nominated. He said, "I'll never get in because there's somebody in that panel that he had a falling out with. I'll never get that
That's
guy's
just the
vote."
way it is. Yep.
See there? So that's what I'm
There's
saying.
no rhyme or reason for how they go about picking them, and that's why a lot of people get up in arms because, I mean, there's so many good bands out there. And, yeah, you'd think that they'd be inducted already, and it's shocking that they haven't. There's so much that goes behind the scenes, too, so.
Yeah,
I believe
Who
so.
knows?
I believe so. I believe so.
Yeah.
The politics. Yeah, the politics of it.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of that. Like I said, Alex
There
Lyson's
is.
speech pretty much sums it up for me in a nutshell, right? So,
absolutely.
Hey, 7/8. What's going on, man? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for hopping in. Appreciate it, man. Also, I wanted to talk to you guys about, Jim and myself, man. We've been doing music together for a long time, and I talked about this earlier in the week that I was going to touch on this tonight on this broadcast / podcast. So, Jim and myself met through another website. It was a website for musicians to post their music. Now, this was just audio clips. This wasn't YouTube, nothing like that. This was just a site where people could post clips of their music, or even the whole song or part of a song, and you could, collaborate with other musicians, artists, or whatever. And that's how I found Jim Guidry from this site. Found him on there, and the name of the site was maketunes.com. Whether it's still up or not, I don't know. Is it still up, Jim?
I think it's barely hanging on.
Really? Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's
I
been
hadn't been over
years,
there.
man.
Yeah.
It's been
when you
years.
say years, Joe, you say decade? Longer than that, right? What, 12, 13 years?
Yeah, I'd say
Probably.
I'd say at least a decade, 10, 11
Wow.
years, right, Jim?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Excellent.
Working on like 11.
yeah,
Wow.
it's been a long time, man. So I was putting music on there. You create a username or whatever you want your name to be for this. And so I started to put music on there, and I was going through the catalog of other people, their music and stuff, and I came across Jim's profile and stuff, and his avatar was like a guitar, but it was like of the American flag colors. It was cool the way it looked, and I was like, man, that's cool. And so I listened to some of his music. I was like, man, this guy sounds great, and we started exchanging emails, and then a little bit over time we exchanged phone numbers, and we've been talking and collaborating ever since. And
That's great, man.
it's wild, man.
Isn't it amazing how music brings people together like this?
It
Isn't
is
that great?
It is.
It's,
It's fantastic. Yeah,
it's a common
fantastic.
bond that we. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it is. We have done so many songs together. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's Jim would send a drum track, and I would try to build something around that, and I would send him the finished product back. I would text him. I'd be like, all right, man, I just got this done, man. I just got this done. Work on it for like 4 or 5 hours, man. I said, are you ready? And he'd send me back. He's like, hell yeah, I'm ready. Send it on,
Oh yeah, killer.
Send it. And so that's part of
That's
my
a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
my
That's where the magic happens.
yeah, and it's still happening today, man.
Yeah.
So that's my
great,
side
man.
of the story. So I want to let Jim share his side. Go ahead, Mr. Guidry.
Yeah. The same as you. I think you had sent me a message on there, and I checked out. Well, I had followed you kind of on there a little bit, and then you sent me that message about collaborating. And in fact, I went back and listened to the very first, the very first track that we did, and man, it seems like it's been so long ago, but it, it's still great. It still sounds good today, and I mean, the production, of course, was a little different from back then to today, but still, it was good. It was good, but yeah, I just can't believe that. I mean, there was some talented people on that site, but like you said, that was before the day of video. Everything was just audio. I mean, there was video, I guess,
Yep.
but we just wasn't that far.
Right.
Far
We
along,
weren't
yeah.
that far along. When
Before
Jim
YouTube.
would send me a right. Jim would send me an MP3 or whatever of his drum drum track, and this was how. And back then I had this old laptop. I don't have it anymore. I had this old laptop, and this is before, you had your USB cord coming out of the recorder and all this. This is before that. So I would like set the laptop like over here, and the old recorder I had was sitting here, and I had an actual cable with a headphone jack plugged in, coming from the laptop to the recorder, and I would hit play on the laptop. When I hit play, I'd hit record on this, and that's how it transfer it back then. And because that's the only way I had to do it. And then of course, as time went by, I was able to get a better computer and a better recorder, and then transfer it via USB and all that stuff. But there's quite a few songs, man, we captured some magic on. Wouldn't you say, Jim?
Yes, absolutely. I just couldn't believe that you was able to build such a track around, because I would coming up with a drum track with nothing around it. It was just kind of bare, but I was just shocked at what you could build around it. So it was a pretty cool collaborating I mean, and you was the first one I've ever tried to collaborate with, via sending tracks.
That's the same
back and forth.
Same with me too. I'd never done that with anybody, collaboration or anything like that. There were other people I tried to collaborate with on that site, and it just didn't work. What was that guy's name, Jim? That one guy, he was weird. That one guy that claimed that he was a singer and he couldn't sing worth a squat.
Yeah. In fact, he collabed with us on a couple of one. I think he collabed with us, and
he had like the most hits on there, I guess, because that's why people were.
I remember his name. I remember his moniker, I guess you could say, but I won't throw it out there. I won't say anything.
I can't remember what it was, but he was kind of. I don't know, man. I think he was just kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway, I never could collaborate with nobody else like I could with Jim. I mean, other people, it was okay, but it was always, when Jim and I collaborated, everything just fit like a glove, man. I could tell him, look, I have this idea. Can you do this, on the drums and have that a cool ending and have some stops and starts in there, and even he would surprise me on some songs. He would like in the middle, he'd have like a little 10-second little solo or something, or something like that. And I thought that was cool. I was like, he didn't tell me about that. He just kind of, so it was really fun.
Talented. He's a pretty talented dude. Jim could play the drums, could play bass, could play guitar. I mean,
he's very
he knows how to
talented.
produce.
Oh, thanks, y'all.
Yeah, he's a very, very talented guy.
Oh yeah,
y'all as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Jim the Lynch Guidry.
Yep. Jim's a riff master.
You hear that winch you're playing. You can deny it all you want. I hear it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Jim's too humble. He's been there and done it all. And look at the catalog of music you guys got, Joe and Jim, really.
Oh man, it's something it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of things that we've done. There's not a bunch, but there's a few things we've done in the past just to be creative, but also in a joking manner too, just to have fun. And I think there was this one song. What was it, Jim? There was this one song I did tried to do some vocals for, and I said something. I was it was about this certain female that was chasing this guy that was wanting his attention. He didn't want nothing to do with her, and let's just say because she wasn't his type. Let's just put it like that. Well, she gets upset. She's like stalking him, to a degree, and then all of a sudden there's a 45 pointed at his ass, because you're coming home with me. He's like, whoa, baby, no, so.
Because we was talking about 45s,
Yeah.
And that was or the Christmas one. I like the Christmas one. Don't Stop Santa.
Don't Stop Santa. Yeah, that'll be look forward for that for which it's on iTunes right now. But yeah, I just got a thing from my distributor saying that's the renewal is due for that in November. So of course I'm going to pay that because that was fun right there when we did that. That was a good time. I was like, man, that was fun. Don't stop Santa. That was awesome. And 7/8 makes a great statement. Jay, he says, try finding a sane singer. Excuse me. Try finding a sane singer. And that's true. That's true as well.
Yeah.
Man,
Good point.
golly.
Good point. Yep.
It is. It's
I
like,
agree.
And you know, and you know, we did some things that didn't work. You know,
of course, not everything
I
is
mean,
going
yeah,
to work.
exactly.
You know, I mean, yeah, there's some things we tried, and I was like, oh man, that just ain't.
Yeah.
There was a small
hard to
percentage of
find-
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to find people you mesh with, and guys who have the same. You know, you can feed off each other, and you know, I play with a lot of guys too, and it's just like 1 in 10 might be that. You know, that click where you just drive, and the other ones, you know.
Oh
So
yeah.
if you and Jim,
You know-
you and Jim hit it off right from the get go, it's you got something good there.
Well, it's kind of like
Absolutely.
and I hate to keep referring back to Sound City, but it's like that part in there where, you know, that David Grohl talks about musicians and you know, playing with people and you know, you all have played with people that it works extremely well, and sometimes it works.
Yep.
It don't work at all, you know. But yeah,
That's
it
right,
is.
yep.
It's hard to find people to mesh with that, you know, that's you know, like with Alex. Fortunately, you know, we've played together long enough to where we, you know, it's the same thing with you, Joe. You know, I played with you long enough to, you know, to know your tendencies and what.
Yeah,
So
you kind of read each other really well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah, I
that's a
used to
good
think-
thing.
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
I mean, because for me at the time, you know, I couldn't really play, or, you know, at the time I couldn't do anything, just like you with your schedule and stuff. So it was resorting to, you know, just playing, and that's the great thing, was it gave us the avenue to, you know, to collaborate and have that band kind of feeling, but but be so far away from each other that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It's really cool because when you listen to those songs, you know, people, you know, like, when did y'all get together? When did y'all? And we're in, you know, what? I don't know, 800 miles apart, you know, something like that. You know, it's like, and it's just really cool how technology allows you to do that nowadays. You know.
Yep. Very cool.
It's really fun to do. That's why I was trying to tell y'all, if y'all ever want to do that with Adam and Center, you know, WhatsApp is a great stepping stone for that. You know, I'm telling you, it's once you fool around with that app a little bit and kind of know little tricks of the trade or whatever, which isn't no big deal. It's really cool to collaborate using WhatsApp, you know, stuff like that.
I'll be using that app a lot more now.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks for your help with that, by the way, too, Joe. I
Oh,
appreciate
man.
that.
Very welcome, man. Jim, with all y'all now, because of course I use it a lot with Center and Adam and Jim all the time now, but it used to be before I knew Center and Adam had that app. Jim and myself would use it every day, you know, sending little video clips back and forth or
That's
audio
cool.
messages, you know, every day, you know, we would use it. So it comes in handy, man. It's a cool little app.
It really is. And plus, you know, because it doesn't degrade your audio, and that's the beautiful thing about it.
Right.
See, we Jim and Center and I, we send each other clips all the time throughout the day whenever we're playing guitar. But yeah, it comes pretty compressed, right? By the time the other end hears it, it's degraded. The audio is degraded. So now with this WhatsApp, we're all on board.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I always say when I send a clip. Now the audio
will
bad
actually come through.
It's not the playing; it's the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's not the playing. It's just the way it compresses your signal. Yeah. You know, you don't get that final result you're after sending it through a text. Yeah, that WhatsApp's pretty great.
Yeah, that's like
sounds great. Anything that you send, Joe, comes out really great. You know,
well,
on our end.
Thanks, man. That's because of the app. You know, and like Center was just saying, you know, if you do like a video clip or something and you send it through any other thing like Facebook Instant Messenger or something like that, or even whatever other avenue you try, it's going to be compressed and the quality is going to be downgraded, just like you said. But through WhatsApp, none of that happens. Everything stays just like the way it is when you send it.
Very cool. Yeah,
And
that's a great app.
it is yeah. And like I said,
Yeah,
my buddy Jason, I gotta give him credit for that. He's the one that brought it to my attention because I didn't know anything about it. You know, he said, "Do you have WhatsApp?" And I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "I don't even. What is that?" And for a few minutes, I just kind of like, I've never heard of that. I ain't gonna worry about it. And then I said, well, and then when he sent me a video after I did get the WhatsApp, he goes, "You need to download that app, and I'll send you a video of my drumming track." I said, "Okay," and he did it, and I was like, "Man, that's the quality of that sounds phenomenal." He said, "That's because it's through WhatsApp. It's not going through Facebook or something like that." You know, it was really cool.
Very cool. Yeah, sounds great.
Yes, absolutely. Adam Blackie DH wants to know if you're on Facebook.
I'm not on Facebook.
Okay, you're not. Okay.
Yeah, right. I'm not on any kind of social media, but I probably should get on there.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I was just.
I'm like Jim. I'm like, hey Jim, you're the same as me, right, Jim? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm not on Facebook.
Man, I'm a very private person. I don't know what it is about me, but my wife's
well,
on Facebook.
Yeah, like I said, it's not for everybody, you know.
Yeah.
It's really what you make of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know, that's some people put everything they do on Facebook. I'm like, what? What are y'all doing?
We're going on vacation for a week. You know, let everybody know. That
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, come rob. Hey, I'll be gone for 2 weeks. Come rob my house. Here's my address. I'll be gone for 2 weeks. Don't worry, the dog doesn't mind if you feed him a steak, and I'll break into your place and steal your guitars. And yeah, that's fine.
I've seen
I'm not into that kind of stuff.
Some people I went to school with. There was this one person that I was really shocked, and I was like, okay, why would you even put this on there? And there was like my marriage is over as of right now. It's over, period. And I was like, why would you put that on Facebook? For everybody I was like, why would you even do that? Isn't that a personal issue? So, you know, I don't know. The only thing I use Facebook for, man, that I really care to use it for is for music. You know, putting videos on there, and that's it. And that's all I want to use it for. All that other drama bullcrap that people do, they can have that.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm not even touching that. I don't want nothing to do with that at all. Yeah. That's boring. That's to me, that's just boring, you know.
Absolutely. I agree.
But yeah, shoot, fire. Let's see. Oh God, let's see. I'm trying to think. I think some of the albums that Jim and I have done, I think for the most part those old albums have been taken down. But there might be a few things that are still up there that we've done. I'd have to go back and look on iTunes and to see. I know I don't have a whole lot on there like I used to have, because see, when you have something through a distributor or whatever, you pay so much for that song or album, and it stays up for a year. And after that year, you know, you have to do a renewal fee. And
gotcha.
Usually the renewal fee, if it's an album, is going to be more than what the initial. What is initial? The initial price of the first, when we release it the first time. So here's where they get you. Let's say you do an album. Let's say you have 8 songs on an album, and through my distributor, they'll let you put out an album for I think it's like $29. That's for a year. Okay. And then 12 months goes by, and then that year comes back around. Well, instead of $29, they want to charge you $49 if you want to keep it up there for another year. So that's what I'll keep stuff up there. I don't do albums anymore. I do just singles, because that's just, you know, that's just what everybody does, you know. And plus a single, that's only 99 cents if people want to get something, you know. And but that's how it would work for the album, for the price. When the year would come back around with $49, I'm like, no, So if that album didn't do that well, you know, when that year come around and it's time for the renewal, you know, do you want to renew or do you want to take this now? And I say, take it now. Yeah, so I'm not paying $49, you know. So
yeah,
that's just how it worked, you know.
See, Timothy Pierce jumped in the chat.
Yeah, I just seen that, Mr. Pierce. How are you, man? Thank you, Mr. Pierce.
And Jay's got a point where he says, more social media, more problems.
If you make it that way, yeah.
So true. So
Yeah,
too,
if
Jim.
you, it's
I hear
what
you,
you
buddy.
make. It's what you make of it.
Right.
You know.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and,
absolutely.
and Joe, you just touched on something too. It's a shame that I know we've covered this before talking about it, but like bands making albums anymore or CDs, or making a an EP or something with 5 or 6 songs. I mean, really, it's not. Nobody buys it anymore. I mean, they'll just buy the single, you know, and
Yeah.
they,
Right.
and so really, why is it? You would think, well, it's not really worth trying to make a, you know, like I think Sammy Hagar said something about that. I mean, why go spend months in the studio and to make an album that people will buy a track off of it, or
Yeah, and also, if I'm not mistaken, there's some artists out there that don't want their music on iTunes because they don't have any kind of say so of. I think Kid Rock is one of those. I believe, and I think he doesn't want his stuff on iTunes because he's like, well, what if I want to give away 2 songs? Why does it have to be 99 cents for this song? Why can't it be 50 cents? Or why can't I just give away 2 songs? Something like that. He says he doesn't have any control over his own stuff through another outlet.
right,
So I was like, well, I never thought of it that way. Um, I couldn't tell you how many people, uh, artists that aren't on iTunes.
right.
I really never looked into it. What about y'all? Do y'all know? Have y'all heard anything about that?
The only thing I read recently was I'm taking a music business class, and they were talking about the singles sales versus full albums,
Right.
and they're saying that it is reverting back to like the 1950s, like the Billboard charts being connected to that hot single for the teens.
Hmm.
That's where
Good
record
point.
sales are now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Wow.
Let me ask y'all this, and who's ever in the chat, do you like it? Did you like it better when you could buy a CD and you have the case, and the actual the inside flyer that comes with it? I mean, like we've talked before, how you used to get an album or something, and,
Yeah,
and
yeah, I agree with you, Jim. I like to have something tangible. I like to have it in my hand. I like to read the
right.
you know
That's me.
the print. I like it, the artwork of the album, the whole shebang.
Yeah,
This
because you just
online
buy the
music stuff is.
yeah.
Sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead, Jim.
No. I was just agreeing with you. I like
Yeah,
to have the. That's just me.
yeah, me too. I like to have the hard copy. I'm a book guy, right? I don't
I'm
like to
on
look at online manuals. I rather have the piece of paper in my hand that I can go back to, or same with CDs, same with stuff like that too. I'm old school. I don't really like.
I am too.
I've never downloaded a. I honestly have never downloaded a song. Like paid for a song and download it. I still
Wow.
go to this music store and I still buy CDs. Yeah,
I'm on the other side of that fence. I mean,
I'm
which is
old
cool.
school.
Which is cool. I mean, it's just personal preference, but I love being able to go on Amazon Music and buy a song and bam,
Yes,
and it's right there on my phone. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
And
I'll get there
uh,
eventually. I'll get there
I
eventually.
that's
But yeah,
just now that's just me. I'm just saying.
yeah,
A
yeah. No,
lot of
no. I
um,
agree.
And
Nothing wrong with
and
that. I mean, that's
yeah I'm
and
not.
sadly,
Oh, go ahead, Jim.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
I was just say I'm on both sides of that. I like the ability to be able to go and pre-screen basically the album before I purchase it. I like both copies because I've bought albums in the past. I'm sure we all have that. It seems like you're getting 2 good songs and the rest is filler.
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah. There's a lot of music like that too.
yeah,
I agree.
But back in the day, I just remember getting even a cassette, and you would put it in and just listen to the whole thing. I
That's
mean,
right. Yeah.
you know, and that's something that I think, like kids of today. In fact, it's kind of like what 7 over 8 said, and kids nowadays like crap music, but it's just not the experience. It's not the same. I remember
No,
looking
it's
forward
not.
to like the new Van Halen album or the new, whoever, whoever the case may be, and you would get it and listen to it, put it on, just listen to the whole thing, and
That's right.
you know,
Yeah. Something about going to the music store to line up and grab that cassette or CD and holding in your hand. You got the artwork, the booklet, everything, right? You can read all the lyrics. It's just a different. I'm old school that way. I mean,
It's a different generation. It's
yeah,
like I was watching those. You ever see those kids react to? They give an album.
Yes. Yeah.
There was a Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin one, and this kid, he goes, "I like it, but there's guitars in it. Why is there guitars in it?" And I was like, "What? Are you kidding me? Led Zeppelin, really?"
yeah. Some kids,
Look,
yeah,
Can
they're
I ask
messing
you,
out.
Adam? Can I ask you in Canada, do y'all still have music stores like that where you could go in and around here there's nothing like that,
We have a handful, maybe. I wouldn't say too many though. They're starting to disappear, actually. Yeah, they've closed down some major record stores in Toronto. Like I'm about an hour outside of Toronto, and used to go there for all my stuff, but they closed down a lot of big music stores. It's getting hard. I mean, you won't have any option but to go download the
Right.
song off online,
Right.
which is sad because I still like I said, I like having the
Right.
CD, and I'm still a CD guy, and yeah, I can download songs and have MP3s on my stereo and stuff. It's just not the same,
Well, like I
For
say,
me,
here
it's not.
there's because around here there's nowhere, like I still got the little posters. I got it on the wall. Actually, it's when Lynch Mob and Steelheart came to Shreveport, and they played in this real kind of an intimate club. It wasn't a real big place, but you could buy your tickets in advance at the music store. There used to be a music store in the mall, and I remember going there and paying like $12 in advance.
I still like going to the music store just to buy tickets, just for concerts, even.
Oh yeah,
just for concerts and shows. You line up at the music store, and Ticketmaster here opens up, and you line up and you grab your tickets, and it's just too impersonal for me when you have to do everything online and listen to copies that are just downloaded. It's not. I like the whole aspect of driving to a music store on opening day, buying that copy, holding it in your hand. It just
I remember that. That was
to the
cool.
wayside.
Yeah, that was cool back in the day because that's the way it was. And now things are different. Well, for me and for a lot of people, but I remember going to the music store and looking at all the cool promotional posters they'd have for whatever bands were popular, and that was just the norm. You'd walk in there and they'd be cranking some cool music, and you'd be like, yeah, man, and
that's right.
I'd get whatever cassettes I wanted, and
it was all part of the experience. It was nice.
It was, it was.
You don't get that when you stay home and you just press a button. But I mean, that's just the way it is. That's how it is now. And I mean, I'm going to eventually I'm going to start doing that. It's just the way it's going. It's just.
Sadly, I hadn't bought a CD in a long time. I mean, sadly to say, it's just.
I hadn't either.
I can't remember the last one I bought. I think I can't remember. But it's been a long time.
Yeah, I do the Apple monthly subscription, unlimited for $5 a month.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
yeah. That's what Amazon is trying to get me to do here, but I don't know why they're asking me that because I'm already an Amazon Prime member. I'm like, why are they asking me if I want to go unlimited on music? I thought that was included with the Prime, but I need to investigate that more. Let me check the chat box real quick. 7/8 says he remembers skipping school on Tuesdays when a new tape or CD came out. Then sitting in my bedroom. Then sitting in my bedroom listening and looking at the artwork, reading the lyrics, etc. It was an experience. Yes.
Absolutely. I agree. 100%.
Timothy Pierce says he doesn't go on iTunes. He only buys CDs. Hey, that's cool, Mr. Pierce. Blackie DH says country is the new rock show. Hate to say it, but only genre pulling a crowd. And I like country, but it's not my first love. Yeah.
I agree with Blackie. It seems to be. My wife and I were talking about that. Even she's at work and she says all these, the younger generation, everything is country, man. They're rocking out the country at work. Everybody's listening to it. It's just it's taken over, really. And there's some great guitar players. Don't get me wrong, in country, man. There's some phenomenal players, but it seems to be almost just dominating around me here, anyways, it's pretty much taken over. If you asked, if you took a poll, I bet you 80% of the people would say country.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's kind of funny how that's kind of changed a little bit more, cause country on some of it, not all of it, but there's some of it that kind of sounds like it has like a classic rock vibe to it almost.
Yeah, yeah,
Not all of it, you know.
Yep,
And there's
I
some of
agree.
it that has some of it that's supposed to be country and it's mixed with rap, and I'm like, what the hell is this crap? You know, I'm
Yeah.
like, it's just,
Yep.
I'm like, really, man? You know, so it's just, I don't listen to that.
Yeah,
I'm like, man,
sounds like a train wreck
you
to
know,
me.
I was just like, good Lord, man.
Yep.
And so, you know, but hey, you know, it is what it is, man. And there, people are going to go, or the, I should say, the music industry is going to cater to where the money's at. And that's why the music is the way it is today, because of what the kids are listening to, and that's what they're spending the money on. That's why the music
That's
of
right.
today
Yep.
sounds like crap. And I've said it.
Very
Yeah, you heard me
generic.
say it here first
Yeah.
on this channel. The music of
Yeah.
today is crap.
You got that right.
So
you know, it's like these manufactured bands. You know, it's like
It's all
you
cookie
know,
cutter. Cookie
Yeah.
cutter music.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's in country as well as rock. You know, I mean, you see these kind of like you wonder if I guess they sign their, you know, it's just. And I'm not gonna name anybody. You know, that's just my opinion. You know what? But you see some of these bands, you think, man, that don't even make sense. You know, it's like they're manufactured and put together,
Yep.
like a boy band or something. You know,
Over processed, over digitalized,
right.
and just
yeah, it is.
I agree. 100%.
7/8 says, I can't get into country. I respect the musicianship, but I can't listen to it. I can't either. 7/8. There's only one guy, as far as I go in the country realm, and that's Keith Urban. I like him. I don't like all of his songs, but some of his songs got the cool guitar in it. I like that, and that's far as I can go.
Yeah, I agree with that. Also, you got
I
to
agree with
respect
that
the music.
statement, too.
Yeah, with the music.
Yeah, there's some phenomenal
Oh yeah.
musicians in country, but just
yeah.
it seems like
absolutely.
country's the new pop. Country is like almost the new pop. You know,
It is.
It's not really country anymore. It's
pop rock.
It is. Yeah, and it's becoming mainstream and
away from really.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah,
to
I agree.
Me.
Yep,
Blackie DH says he would rather. Blackie DH says I'd rather have my kids listen to country than.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Than rap. At least it's guitar in it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, Blackie. Absolutely.
There's still phenomenal musicianship in country. I mean, these players are just off the wall good. Just, but it seems.
Can you imagine how many guitar players are in Nashville that are trying to get work?
Oh man,
God Almighty, man! You could get those a dime a dozen, man. Oh
yep.
my God!
Oh, I bet you could.
Good Lord, woof, man. Golly,
yeah, it's definitely a flooded market.
That's why I said.
That's
why I said before. I'm glad I got a job where I'm not crazy about, driving. It's a job, but at least I know I'm getting paid every week. You know.
Yep.
Man. So I guess it's just a roll of the dice, man. But.
Yep, it's a tough way to make a living.
Yeah, you'd have to really be a standout in Nashville.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. How are you going to stand out with the other 3.5 thousand guitars that are walking up and down the sidewalks, trying to get a gig with a band or whatever? It's like, man, I don't see how they do it. I'm like, man, I don't see how they do it, man.
Yep, it's a tough way to make a living. That's for sure. Even if you are good, Hats off to all those guys who do that kind of stuff. It's it takes a special person, a real dedicated one too, to succeed.
Oh, here we go. Now we're getting some good stuff here. Let me back up here. Let's see. Mr. Pierce says he loves Southern rock. Oh yeah, I love Southern rock. Yeah, I love it, but I can only hear so much of it to be totally honest with you. 7/8 Jay says, yeah, there are a lot of metalhead shredders playing country. Mr. Kyle Timms, how are you, Mr. Timms? He says Keith Urban and Brad Paisley are probably the only artists in the country who are true musicians. Vince Gill as well. Vince Gill is awesome. I gotta give props to Vince Gill, man. He is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
James Lau says he lives in Nashville and the guitar players are on every corner.
Wow.
There you go.
Yep. There you go. You're a dime a dozen, and they're all phenomenal. You know,
Yeah.
they're all just ace
They
players.
are.
Can you imagine?
Yeah,
Can you imagine
are.
going down the street and every player is just unbelievable?
I'd be like, see,
Yeah.
I couldn't hold a candle to. I just said, man, y'all got it. Go ahead. You know.
Maybe I could carry their gear for them.
Yeah.
Hey, John Five's a good example of what 7/8 said about the Shredders. Look at John Five. You know, he was in Nashville. He's a studio session player.
Yeah.
You know, he could play chicken pecking country to, you know,
right
to heavy. The guy's unbelievable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shredders, like you said. Yeah, there's a lot of shredders in Nashville. You know, you wouldn't. You know, you look at them, they might be playing a Telecaster, and you go, "There's no way this guy can rip and shred." Well, boy, they'll prove you wrong. You know.
Yeah. Those guys are amazing.
Like yeah, some good talent there.
Blackie D8 says Jason Aldean's band plays EVH guitars. Also, I ran into Luke Bryan's band at Sweetwater. It was pretty cool. Wow, that's awesome, Blackie D8. That's cool, man.
That is cool.
Wow.
I'm not a huge country guy, but I do like Luke Bryan stuff, man.
Yeah, my wife is crazy about Luke Bryan, man.
And he shoots a bow too, so I'm cool with that. Yeah. He's a bow hunter, so my alley. That's cool stuff. Yeah, that's wicked. Good player, man. So many good, a lot of good musicians out there.
Yeah.
See you later, Jay.
Yeah, see you, Jay. Take care, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it very much, man. Have a good night. Yeah, absolutely. Yes,
to go to Sweetwater.
Yeah, I know. I was sitting there thinking, wow, man. Where is their main warehouse at? Anybody know?
It's Indiana, isn't it?
I have no idea.
I believe.
Wow. Okay. Man. That'd be something to go to their main place and just walk in there and get something.
Oh, man.
Come on in here. What would you like to get? Well, can I go ahead and get? Yeah, we have that in stock. Go ahead and pay for it. Get that little credit card, remember the old credit card machine you slide?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
People look and say, what's he doing? What is that? And I'm like, never mind. I'm just too old.
I like that shirt you got on, Joe, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. It says, if you don't like Jimi Hendrix, then you probably won't like me, and I'm okay with that. That's right.
That's killer shirt.
Yeah, man. Awesome, man. Awesome.
Don't forget, if you go to Sweetwater, make sure you ask for the Center O discount. Just mention Center, and you're good. You know, no, Center. Oh yeah, right on Center. Oh yeah, you get the
either Center,
right
Center,
or
Center, or Jim Hendrix.
Maybe
one
some
of those
text.
names.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, get the Center O discount. Just ask for that. Make sure.
I will use that on my next purchase.
Yeah, make sure you catch that in, man. The Center O discount. Yeah.
Yes, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Save 25% today with the Center O discount.
That's right. Just mention Center. Yeah,
thanks a lot.
And you're good. And you'll get that discount, and who knows, you even get some strings. Maybe some packs.
Oh, man.
Oh, this
Lord,
just went south. I just changed. This just went south. Sorry,
no,
Center,
that's cool, man. It's okay.
No, it's all
I'm
good.
not picking on anybody.
I don't care.
I just want that Center O discount too when I call Sweetwater. not only can you take the instrument and borrow it for 2-3 months, you can return it and still keep your free pack of strings and your picks.
And your pack of candy.
Yep.
Yeah. I just order it for the candy, and then I test run the guitar.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you get all
back.
the candy too with it. Yeah, you're laughing.
I think the more you buy, I think the more the item costs, the more candy you get. Because the last thing I got, they only had like one piece.
Just wait till you start ordering at Christmas. Just what were they to give you at Christmas time?
Oh,
can you imagine all the candy they give you?
Oh boy!
Man, I wish we had Sweetwater. We don't have that here, so I just see everybody else's.
Hey, they ship the candy.
I just look at Center's unboxings, and usually it's just guitars and bags full of candy.
I can't wait for no unboxing. I just open that thing up.
Yeah, open it up and give her. That's killer.
Oh, sir. Let me check this comment, gentlemen. Kyle Timms makes a statement. He says, today's country artists all sound the same to me, but that could be said of my favorite music of all time, hair metal. But just like hair metal, too much saturation of one type of music kills it. Yes. Yeah, it can.
Good point.
It's just
things. Absolutely.
Things change, man. They come back around, and they, like we've talked about before on a podcast. I think when we all four did a podcast together, I guess a few weeks ago, we touched on this, how things nowadays are just, you can't differentiate anything. Everything just sounds like, whoop.
Yeah, absolutely. It just sounds the same. Just very generic. Everything's just generic.
Yeah, it is. Blackie DH says he is 15 minutes from Sweetwater, and he never got the center discount.
Oh no!
I'll get on that,
Blackie, make sure you ask for that center row discount, man. Absolutely.
Man, 15 minutes from Sweetwater. Wow.
I think it's about time for a news update with Center. I think Center's got some breaking news.
Yeah.
No, you say 10%.
Oh man, Sweetwater near me would spell divorce.
Oh,
yeah. I don't want to be
mercy.
that close. I'd be in trouble.
I don't mind the couch, so whatever.
Oh boy!
Man. Holy smokes!
Oh
man! Mercy. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say I can relate.
Oh,
the old couch.
My goodness. Oh my goodness. Man.
What was that truck that just pulled up here?
Huh? What was it?
The old dreaded FedEx truck.
Well, that's why you stand outside and you just like wave in front so you can't see it waving them out. You gotta get in good with the FedEx guy,
It's pretty bad, man. When I'm standing out there and my wife will see the FedEx truck and she'll say, she'll look at me and she'll say, "Did you just order something? You got something coming off there?" I'm like, no.
The FedEx guy, when he gets to Center's house, he's like, "Good day, Center."
He does know me by name.
"Good day, Center. Here's your guitar. I'll see you in 2 days." And then he brings another one.
This
and
2 days. Come on.
See you in 2 days. Hey, Center, see you next week. Yeah. See you next week. Yeah.
It's like when Joe sent me that guitar. Remember when you sent me that guitar, Joe?
Yeah.
I got home that day and it was out there at the gate. I was like, oh, I didn't order that. I had some explaining to do. It didn't come from Sweetwater. It didn't come from Sweetwater.
Yeah,
you sent the guitar, Joe?
I sent Jim a guitar a long time ago, and
Nice.
Jim's wife saw the package out there before I guess Jim got home from work, and she called him. She's like, "What the heck did you order? What is this package out here?" And he said, "I didn't order anything."
Actually, I got home. I got home, and it was, or I was home. I forgot. It was leaning against the fence. I was like, man, anybody could have picked it up and walked off with it.
Oh wow!
Man, you got lucky.
Did Joe send some candies? Did
No,
you
you
get
took
some
the words out of my
package?
mouth. I didn't get no candy.
No candy.
I still got to send us some candy.
I got an Arby's sandwich and a gallon of milk.
Did you autograph it?
And some packing peanuts and some napkins. Lots of napkins.
A bunch of napkins.
And you got a set of his headshots. for promotional use.
It had a couple of Arby's sauce packs in there.
Yeah.
Why does this
They
smell
were all
like?
busted.
Packing peanuts and napkins.
Yeah.
It had one of them triple stacks in there.
With extra mott sticks. Yeah. There you go.
You go to Arby's too much when you open the car and you smell Arby's.
Oh,
And there's
God.
nothing in there.
Hey, I was actually talking to Joe on the phone the other day when I went to Arby's. Did the drive-through?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was. He was
And they
going
was
through
out of mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just turn around and leave.
Yeah. They put a damper on everything.
How dare you?
Yeah. Oh,
I'm a pole.
Yeah. Blackie DH says maybe he should do a live stream from Sweetwater.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh wow.
There you go.
Pick
Oh,
up
that's
your order.
funny.
That's
I
cool.
don't know about that.
That's one thing I do like about ordering online, man, because it just comes right here. I don't have to,
What
go
do they
anywhere.
give you? Is it mints, Joe? Is it mints or is it chocolates or is it a bunch of candy? I always see unboxing, but I can't tell what it is. Is it a little bit of everything? Yeah.
Sweetwater, I have no idea. I don't. Jim
Oh,
and
I
Center
can tell
did
you
with
what they give.
Sweetwater.
I know
Oh,
exactly.
you
Yep.
what
that's
you
right.
get.
You
I
deal
do
with
too.
AMS.
You get
Taffy,
Yeah, that's right. I
you
forgot.
get
couple
red
Tootsie Rolls,
Red Hots,
Tootsie Rolls.
what are those peanut butter things they send?
Yeah, I can't think of it. They're not yellow.
Honey things or whatever. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Bit of honey.
Bit of
Oh,
honey.
the
That's
bit of
pretty
honey,
cool.
the things that want to pull your teeth apart. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, good stuff.
One time I got something. And I guess the guy that was running the candy machine that was bagging it up, he must have fell asleep because, man, it was packed with candy. I mean, I was like, man, I never got one this big before.
Sweet.
Well, you see, you
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
learn to you order on a Friday because they're just like, I'm out of here.
That's
They
right.
just load it up.
Yeah.
It's payday.
Good point, Senator. Yeah.
Just throw it in there. Go ahead and put it in there.
Yeah.
Good point.
Bill, it's time to clock out. Who cares?
Give me some more candy.
How many
Oh,
bags can I
God.
put in there? Like 12.
Yeah, I've only got a couple of small items from Sweetwater, and I don't remember getting any candy. Because when Jim said something to me, he says, they always send candy. I was like, huh?
Oh, you gotta
was
call
like,
and complain.
They send candy. I said, I didn't get no. I don't remember. I could be wrong, but I don't recall getting any kind of candy. I was like, why do they send candy? He goes, that's just what they do.
What they say it's for the like if you're married, you give that to the wife, and then you run with the guitar. It's like a distraction.
Yeah.
It smooths it over, right?
I got you candy. Look, I got you candy.
Yeah. Man,
God
I'm gonna do
Candy,
one
that's
better
gonna help.
I'll do one better and send flowers with a guitar. So your wife can get flowers and you get the guitar and maybe a bottle of wine. Who knows? Yeah. Can you imagine?
Why did you get flowers at work today? Well, he got a guitar.
Yeah. Here you go. Here you go.
Have y'all seen that? Have y'all seen that meme
flowers.
Have y'all seen that meme online where this woman walks into her house and she's got roses everywhere, and then the top of the meme says, "Well, he ordered another guitar." Roses all over the house. I was like, "Damn!"
Yeah.
I think he spent more money on them roses.
Yeah. They'll
that
get
was
you in the
funny.
good books.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
great.
Have you guys seen
Yeah.
that meme with the it says the pleasure room, and it's like broken off, and it has like a sex dungeon, and then at the bottom is like a guitar room.
Oh yeah,
Welcome to my pleasure room. It's just like a room
yeah.
full of guitars.
yeah. He says, "Let me show you
Yeah,
my
that was
pleasure room."
killer,
It's
yeah.
from that movie 50 Shades of Grey or
Oh
something.
yeah, that's
Show you
it.
my
That's
pleasure
right,
room,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
the bottom part has got all of his guitars.
Yeah. Senator sent me that, and I was scared to open it up. Want to see my pleasure room? Like, oh no, what am I looking at? And you open it up, and it's like the guy's got like 200 guitars on the wall. It's just like from ceiling to floor guitars. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah. I was expecting something else. That's killer, though. Yeah.
Mr. Glover, how are you, sir? Thank you for jumping
Paul.
in, man.
Right on.
How are you, sir? How are you? Blackie DH says, no doubt, wine would be good if you order some new gear for your wife.
Yeah.
Give her some wine. Wow.
That's right. Yeah, Blackie knows what's going on. That's right.
Wow. My goodness gracious alive. Man. So once again, Center and Adam EVH, if y'all were just joining or wasn't able to join at the very beginning, their podcast will premiere tomorrow on YouTube, That Metal Stage. Check it out, man. It's going to be really cool. Looking forward to it. And so thank y'all for being here. Thank you for being
Thank
here.
you very much
and,
for having us, Joe and Jim.
Talking. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate
so much.
you.
Yeah, thank you very
everything
much.
you guys have helped us with so far, and
Absolutely.
much respect and much thanks to both of you guys. So,
right on.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And man, I guess that's going to do it for tonight. It's after 11 o'clock. It's 6 minutes after 11, and we'll go ahead and get ready to wrap this up. Is there anybody need to say anything or any websites or anything?
I just want to say appreciate it. Sorry I was late jumping on.
Oh, no. Oh, that's no big deal, man. It's no problem. I mean, we were just sitting here shooting a jive, man.
I was at a wedding.
Oh, I know. I told him.
Hey, no worries, Jim. No worries, Jim.
Yeah,
it's all good, buddy.
Yeah, man.
It was great. It was a great time. It was great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as the podcast, if you're into heavy metal music, guitars, anything music related, as far as heavy metal is concerned, check us out.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna just talk, all things metal related, and all the gear related to metal, and hopefully it should go pretty good.
Looking forward to it.
It should go pretty good. Yeah.
Yes, I will be tuning in tomorrow night. Definitely. I'll already subscribe to the channel, and I've already clicked that bell icon so I can get notifications when you go live. Do the same thing here. Do the same thing on Jim Guidry's channel as well. Jim Guidry on YouTube. Him and his son Alex do some great collabs, some great jams, stuff like that. It's really cool. Look for the links in the description below here on this channel if you want to check out my shirts or any other apparel or any other thing about me or whatever. The links are below. Just click on what you want, and it'll take you right to it. So thank you again, gentlemen, for joining. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you
so much.
Well, thanks for having us.
Have a good night.
Appreciate it very much. Thanks.
Absolutely. Had a great time. And it's time for me to bounce. Time for me to go. I know the grandkids are asleep now, so I have to be very, very quiet. So all right. And thank you, everybody in the chat who was in here. Thank you so much for your questions.
Absolutely. Yes.
Thank you for participating. We really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. And till next time, this is Joe, and this is the Joe Wentz Project TV. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. God bless. Peace out. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Yep. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Jim.
No problem.